Hello guys, good evening. You are welcome to my YouTube channel, The Explicit Tutorials. As you all know, I'm Mentor Joseph or Mr. Explicit. And please, as you watch this video, do subscribe so that when I upload new videos or subsequent videos, you would be notified by YouTube. Alright, so let's jump into what we have for today. In today's lesson or class, we are going to be doing justice to a topic in further maths called differentiation. Alright, differentiation. Differentiation is one of the parts of calculus. Under calculus we have differentiation, we have integration, we have limits and functions and what have you. Okay, but in today's class we are going to be looking at differentiation and the rudiments or the nitty-gritties behind differentiation and the steps to be taken to solving exam standard questions, whether GCE, NECO, WAEC, JAM, as the case may be. Alright, so let's jump into the topic. And please, before we start looking at these questions on the board, or before we start solving practical exam questions, let me give you the rules. The rules are very, very important. Now, if I'm having y equal to x raised by n, and I'm asked to find dy over dx, what will I do? Dy over dx. Some students, whenever they hear the word dy dx, it sounds ambiguous, alright? But it is very, very easy. There's nothing here. All you need to do is to pay proper attention and listen to this video, watch this video with absolute tranquility of the mind. You must be very calm. You must pay proper attention. One thing about mathematics or further maths, alright, while you solve questions, you must avoid side distractions, because if you should miss a step, you have already failed it. If you were supposed to write plus and you wrote minus, you are done. You are done for that day. Like you have already failed. That's why while solving questions or while watching videos involving mathematics, physics, and chemistry, it is advisable you pay proper attention for you to get the best. That is for that. So if I was to differentiate this, how will I go about it, or what should I do? It is very easy. Then I'll say dy over dx equal to, watch what I'm going to do. If this n will come to the back of the x, I'll be having nx, then I'll subtract 1 from it as minus 1. Alright, so what I've just done, I've differentiated x raised by what? N, and I got nx raised by n minus 1. This is a general formula that expresses differentiation. Let's take this quickly, just a quick one please. If I'm having y equal to 12 x raised by 4, and I'm asked to find dy over dx, what will I do? I'll say dy over dx equal to, now this 4 multiplies what I have here, true of us, that is true. So 12 times 4, that should give me 48. Yeah, that should give me 48. Then I'll subtract 1 from this 4. I'll be having what? X by what? 3. So I've differentiated this guy. Very simple. Case 2. I'm having maybe 6x5 plus 4x4 plus 3x3 plus 5. How do I differentiate this? Very, very easy. I'll say dy over dx equal to 5 times 6, I have 30, right? So I'll subtract 1 from this place. I'll be having x by what? 4. Plus 4 times 4, I have 16x. Then I'll subtract 1 from this, I have 3. Plus 3 times 3, I have 9. I'll subtract 1, I have x by what? 2. Every figure that stands alone is considered constant, so it is 0. So nothing is here, okay? So the if you have y equal to this, the derivative of this guy is simply 30x raised by 4 plus 16x cubed plus 9x squared. That is just the final answer. Very, very simple. Now, before we look at real questions, let us look at the result of some derivatives. All right, the result of some derivatives, very, very important. Now, if I should differentiate ln x, I'll be having 1 over x You must memorize this as time goes on. Even as you go to bed or while you eat, you memorize this so that it can stick permanently, right? So if I differentiate ln x, I'll be having what? 1 over x. If I differentiate exponent x, it does not change. I'll have the same thing. If I differentiate sine x, I'll get cos x. If I differentiate cos x, I'll get minus sine x. If I differentiate tan x, I'll get sec squared x. If I differentiate sec x, I'll get sec x tan x. If I differentiate cot x, I'll be having minus cosec squared x. If I differentiate cosec x, I'll get minus cosec x cot x. Sin x, I have cos x. Cos x, I have minus sin x. Tan x, I have sec squared x. Sec x, I have sec x tan x. Cot x, I have minus cosec squared x. Cosec x, I have minus cosec x cot x. It is very important to understand this. Sometimes you don't have to solve. If you're able to memorize this and keep it in your cerebrum, once you see questions on it, you don't have to stress yourself. You just go straight to the option and pick your answer, then you get out. You give time to more challenging questions. If you ask, what is the derivative of cosec x? Because you have understood it, because you had memorized it, once you see it, what do? You just look for the option that contains minus cosec x cot x. Or you're asked, what is the derivative of cot x? What will you do? I'll say, you just go to the option minus cosec squared x. Or you have you have to look for the derivative of sec x. What do? It becomes sec x tan x. Or derivative of tan x, I have sec squared x. Or what is cos x? Is minus sin x. Sin x, I have what? Cos x. Very, very simple. I believe what I've illustrated has been comprehended. So if that has been established, let's jump into the topic properly. Are you ready? So let's get started. So what I just did is introduction to what we are going to be discussing today. Now, before we do justice to this, or should I solve these ones first? Okay, no, let me start with the simple ones. I understand. Let me start with the simple ones. Differentiate 2s squared plus 1 raised to power 3. In other words, find dy dx. What will I do? You can observe that this one is different from the first one I illustrated while I illustrated when I was given a general formula that expresses differentiation, alright? So this is a bit different. So what will I do? I'll say, since I'm having 2x, let me write this properly please, 2s squared. The first thing you do after writing out solution, you say let u to be equal to 2x squared plus 1. Listen and watch me. I'm using u to represent everything inside the brackets. If that is the case, I will now be having dy over du, or dy over dx, dy over dx. What will I have? This u has occupied this position here. I'll be having u raised to power 3. That is u cube, right? U cube. True or false? True. Because everything here is u, then raised to power 3. Then dy over dx, if I should differentiate this, I'll be having 3u squared. True or false? True. It has come to the back and I'll subtract 1 from it. I'll have what? 2. Hope that is correct. So that is the first one. Then you are going to also differentiate this. Then dy dx of 2x squared of this, rather, let me just write the answer. This will come to the back, true or false. I'll now be having 4x1, because 2 times 2, I have 4. 2 minus 1, I have 1. So it is irrelevant to write this. So dy dx of this, I have this. Dy dx of this, I have what? This. What will I do? I'll say 4x times, let me bring this one first. I'll say 3u squared times 4x. 3u squared times 4x. Alright? So what will I do? Watch what I'm doing. I differentiated this guy, I had this, right? I differentiated this, I had this. And I'm going to multiply the both of them. Watch what I'm doing. So this is 3. Don't forget that let u be this. So I open a bracket, I'll put this. That's 2x. Okay, no, before I do that, please, before I do that, I'm going to multiply this. 3 times 4, I have what? 12. Then this x is here, right? True or false? 3 times 4 is 12 now. Times this x, I have x. Then we said that let u be this. So I'll say 2s squared plus 1, or raised by what? 2. Because I have 2 here. So this is the final answer. So dy over dx, I have 12x, open brackets, 2x squared plus 1. I take it again. I was given this. Do you get? So when I opened the brackets, I said let u be this. Then I got this, because everything is already u here, so raised by 3. After differentiating this, you'll be having 3u squared. You differentiate this one on the inside. Of course, this one is 1, 0. So you can just assume it's not there. So 2 times 2, I have 4. Then x, I have this. I'll multiply the both of them. 3 times 4x, I have 12x, open bracket. Don't forget we said that let u be this. So u is here, raised by what? 2. So the answer is 12x, open brackets, 2x squared plus 1. Hope that is clear. Yes, I believe it is clear. Hope it's recording. Yeah, it's recording. Yeah, I'm checking though. It has happened to me severally. After doing a video of 1 hour, checking or trying to know if it has been recording, I will now realize that I've been talking to myself for more than 1 hour. So that's why I check from time to time. Alright. So if that was a distraction, I'm sorry for that. Okay. Now we are having some question here. We are some questions. We are how to differentiate. Differentiates 1 plus 2x squared raised to power 4. Alright, 1 plus 2x squared raised to power 4. I'll give you the options that we have here. I'm having 16x, open brackets, 1 plus 2x squared raised to power 4. B, I'm having 16x, 1 plus 2x raised to power 3. C, 8x, open bracket, 1 plus 2x squared raised to power 3. D, I'm having 8x raised to power 1 plus 2x raised to power 3. Alright, this one is raised to power 4. Now, whenever you see this kind of question, and you're having any of them having this 4, that's is the original question, what do? Eliminate it from the option. So this one is out already, because this 4 has to turn to 3, definitely. So how do we differentiate this? Don't forget the first step we took. We are taking the same step here again. We are taking the same step. You say let u equal to what? 1 plus 2x squared. 1 plus 2x squared. 1 plus 2x squared. Meaning that I'll be having u raised by what? 4. U raised by what? 4. Therefore, dy over dx equal to 4u raised by what? 3. True or false? It's true now. Because if this 4 comes to the back of it, you'll be having 4u. Then remove 1 from it, I have what? 3. So this is what I have. So what will I do? I will also differentiate. So dy over dx, I'll differentiate this guy. In doing so, I'll be having 2 times 2, I have 4x. That is what I will have. I'll now be having 4u cubed times 4x. Don't forget. Now, from the look of things, it means that we already, the answer is between this and this. Definitely it's not 8. Is that not correct? So this times this, I have 16x. True or false? True. I open the brackets. We say let u be this. I will say 1 plus 2x squared raised to power what? 3. So this becomes the final answer. So option B is the correct answer. Let's u be this. You have this. It becomes raised to power what? 4. Differentiating this, you have 4u cubed. That's the first one. Differentiate this again. 2 times 2, I have 4x. Right? Multiply them. 4 times 4x. I have 16x in the bracket. Don't forget, we said let u be this. So u plus 2x squared raised to power what? 3. So this becomes the final answer. Hope that is clear. It is very clear, very simple. All you need to do is to follow it step by step. Very simple. All right, very simple. Okay. Then we are having, it said if y equal to open bracket 1 minus 2x raised to power 3, find the y over the x when x is equal to what? Minus 1. Differentiate the y. Find the y over the x, meaning you have to differentiate this. The same step is to be taken. So let u equal to what? 1 minus 2x. Right? Therefore, I'll not be having u raised to power what? 3. True or false? True. So if I differentiate that, the y over the x equal to this 3 will come to the front. So 3u, I'll remove 1, I have 2. I've differentiated everything here. So I'll differentiate this one. Do you get? So I'm differentiating minus. Don't forget that this minus is affecting this and not this. So I'll differentiate minus 2x. So I'm having the y over the x equal to, now, okay, this is what you assume the minus is not there. Don't forget the very first example I gave. If you're having 2x, when you differentiate, you have 2. If you're having 4x, when you differentiate, you have 4. When you differentiate 5x, what will you have? 5. When you differentiate 6x, what will you have? 6. Why? Because if I should subtract 1 from the 1 already, I have what? 0 here. In this, it says anything raised to power 0 is equal to what? 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. So if I differentiate minus 2x, I'll be having what? Minus 2 as the final answer. Is that the final step? No. Alright? That's not the final step. What will I do? I'll now multiply this with this. So I'll now be having minus 3u squared minus, okay, that's minus 3u squared times, okay, times minus 2. True or false? True. So let us now put the value of x into the options. Here are A, I have minus 6, B, I have 57, C, I have minus 54, and D, I have 27. All right, so let us put in the value of x. Don't forget, we said that let's u be everything here, right? So I'll not be having this times this. I have what? Minus 6. Then 3. Then put everything, it becomes 1 minus 2x raised to power what? 3. Alright? So if I differentiate, wherever you see your x, put what? Minus 1. Alright, don't forget. So just do that for me, and the answer is this, but I'll not tell you how you go about it. Do you understand? So put in the value of x, which is minus 1. Do it and put the answer on the comment section. I believe that is clear enough. All right. So moving on to the next question. All right. We are having, which one did I write on the board just now? What question? Okay, 3. It ought to be, no, now. We had y equal to 1 minus 2x raised to power 3, right? This was the question. then it means that you would have gotten it to be 3 u2. That was a mistake now because we already have 3 here, so we'll remove 1. So it becomes 3 u2 minus 2 times minus 2. All right, I don't know if that was what I did in the last step. So if I should multiply this, what will I get? I'll get this times this is minus 6, then 1 plus 2x raised by what? 2. And not, it's like I wrote 3 at first, right? It's 2 now. All right, so the next thing we do is to solve. Okay, I have a question here, and the question is, they said y equal to 3x squared plus 5 all raised power 4. The options are, I have option A to be 12 open bracket 3x squared plus 5 raised power 3. Yes, we can accept that. We have 24 raised power 3x squared plus 5 raised power 3. We can take that. C, we have 12x open brackets 3x squared plus 5 open bracket, that is raised power 3. We can accept that too. D, we have 24x raised power 3x squared plus 5 raised power 3. We can also accept that because we're having 4 here. It means that you definitely have minus 3. You definitely have 3 as a power, right? So how do you do this? The same step. You say let's u to be equal to 3s squared plus what? 5. Meaning that you'll be having it to be u raised by what? 4. So dy over dx, I'll be having to be 4 u raised by what? 3. Right, don't forget, coming to the back, subtracting 1 from it, I have this. Isn't that correct? That is very, very correct. So let's solve. Which means I've differentiated this, right? So let us differentiate this one. So dy over the x equal to 2 times 3, I have 6, right? Then x, because 2 minus 1, I have 1. So there's only to write 1 here. Therefore, what will I do? I'll multiply this and this. I'll be having 4u cubed times 6, or that is 6x comes first. 6x times 4u cubed. Alright? 6x times 4u cubed. I'll have the same thing. 6 times 4, I have what? 24x. Meaning that this option and this option, they're out already. Alright? Then, put the value of u, which is 3x squared plus 5 all raised by what? 3. So this becomes the final answer. Meaning that the answer to this question is option this. Alright? So what is wrong with this? Could it be there's a minus here? But they are the same now. Okay, no, they are not. Oh, Jesus. Can you imagine that? You can observe that there's no x here. I was wondering, so it's just 24. Here is 24 what? X. And this one is having x. So it means that it's 24x. So this is the final answer. Alright? I believe that was taken. Hope it is clear. Should I take it again? Okay, let me take it again. Some of you are saying yes, yes. Let u be this. But I know you cannot be this. We are talking of u, alphabet u. And we are not saying that you should be this. Alright? So what do we do next? If we are saying that you should be this, of course you cannot be this. Alright? So when we differentiate, what will you have? 4u cubed, right? Differentiate this again, you get 6x. From there, what do? Multiply. 4 times 6x, I have 24x already. Let u be this. Put u and the power is there. So this becomes the final answer. Very, very simple, alright? Very, very simple. Trust me. Very, very simple. Let me wrap up that. I need more space to keep questions right now. Alright. They said we should differentiate. We should differentiate 3x minus 1 raised by 2 over 3. The options are, I have option A to be 1 over the square root of 3x plus 1. Then option B, I'm having 3 over the cube root of 3x plus 1. Option C, I'm having 3 over square root of 3x plus 1. Option D, I'm having 2 over the cube root of 3x minus what? 1. So let's check which of the options best expresses the answer. Let's get started. Don't get confused. The same thing. I know because you're having fraction here now, your brain is shaking already. But don't allow it to shake. Alright, so this is how you go about it. The same step is to be taken. We say let u be 3x minus what? 1. Do you understand? Let u be 3x minus 1. You now be having u raised to power 2 over what? 3. True or false? Because this is the power. Then if I should differentiate the y over the x, if I differentiate this guy, I'll be having 2 over 3 u, right? It's coming to the back. Then 2 over 3 minus 1. True or false? True. Don't forget, you always remove 1 from the power, right? So if that is the case, you'll be having here, let's do it gently. Let's do it gently. I don't want to hurry it up. So this is 2 over 3 u. All right, the LCM, this is over 1, right? The LCM of 3 and 1 is 3, right? 3 into 3 is 1. 1 times 2, I have what? 2 minus 1 into 3 is 3. 3 times 1, I have what? 3. Therefore, this expression becomes 2 over 3. Then u, this is 2 minus 3, I have minus 1 over what? 3. Are you following? That's 2 over 3. Then u, then minus 1 over what? 3. Because 2 minus 3, I have 1, minus 1 over 3. So that is, you have differentiated this, and you got this. What do you do next? You differentiate this guy. Hope that is clear. Very, very clear. So how will you go about it? Now this is 3x. If I differentiate, so the y over the x, if I should differentiate this 3x, don't forget what you get 3. So it becomes 3 times this problem here, 3 over, okay, 2 over 3, 2 over 3, then u minus 1 over what? 3. So this will go into this. I'll be having 2u minus 1 over what? 3. True or false? True. So in order for you to express, looking at what we have now, this is the final step. Alright? Now you cannot compare it to the option. According to the law of indices, if you're having if I'm having x raised to power or maybe 2 over 3, this is base and this is cube, this cube, all right? So it becomes the cube root of x raised to power what? 2. Do you get? So the base is this guy. This is the base. True or false? True now. So this 3 is the cube and the 2 is the power. Or if I was having x raised to power minus 2 over 3, what will I do? In order to cancel out this minus here, I'll say 1 over the cube root of x raised to power what? 2. The minus has disappeared. The minus had disappeared because I introduced a division sign. Do you understand? So what I've just illustrated is the same as what we have here. True or false? True now. True. I don't lie in the afternoon. Let's see what happens here. Where should I rub off? Okay, I can rub this part because this is the final step. Alright? So don't forget we're having 2u. We have coefficient 2 here. So to make, don't forget in place of u, I'll put this, right? Therefore, I'll say 2 over, because of this 2 here, the cube root of, in place of u, What will you put? 3x minus 1. So the answer is this. Because u is occupying, that is, this one is occupying u, just as we have been doing it. Why am I having positive? Why am I having positive here? Because this, I've introduced a division sign, and that division sign cancels out this minus. All right. So this is just like saying all raised by what? 1. But this one is non-significant. It's not. You can leave it like this, or you can just remove the 1. Therefore, the answer to this question is option D. Hope that is clear. Very, very simple. Just take it step by step. All right. The next question, I think we have. I will see. We are done with all the questions here. So quick. Jesus. All right. So let's solve the ones we have on the board. All right. Let's solve the question that we have on the board. Now we've been asked to. It said find the y over the x if y equal to this. If y equal to this, that is 2x cubed plus 2x squared plus 1, or that's brackets, or raised power 4. How do you go about it? The same step is to be taken. You say this marker is crying already. Let u be 2x cubed plus 2x squared plus 1. And I'll be having u, and I'll be having it to be u raised by what? 4. True or false? True. Therefore, dy over dx equal to 4u raised by what? 3. Do you understand that? I've done differentiation, then I got this. What do I do next? I'll differentiate this and this. Then dy over dx equal to 2x cubed plus 2x2. And don't forget, you agree with me that if I differentiate 1, it is 0, right? So there's no need for that. So what do I do next? This is 6x raised by 2 plus 4x. True or false? True. What do we do next? You multiply. You have differentiated this. We differentiated this, we got this. Okay, we differentiated this, we got this, right? So this, where is this? Voila. So I differentiated this and I got this. I differentiated this and I got this. All right, so let us multiply. It becomes 4u cubed times 6x squared plus 4x. All right, don't forget that this 4 affects everything. How do I go about it? I'll say 4. Are you listening to me? Look at the option. Every option that is not carrying 6 as shown here should be eliminated. So this guy should be out of the box. All right, should be out of the box. And which one again are we eliminating? Don't forget we have it plus 4 here. Okay, sorry. Okay, this. Okay, meaning, okay, this is, we can pick this, or we cannot pick this. This one is out of it. Why can't we pick it? Because this expression has to be repeated. So option A and D are out of it already. Do you understand? So I'm going to be having, this is what I'm going to be having. 4 becomes, I'll use this to multiply this. That's 4, open brackets, 6 x squared plus 4x. We said let u be this, so it becomes 2s cubed plus 2x plus what? 1, or raised by 3. So the answer to this question is option. What option is that again? That should be option C. Is that correct? Option C. Yeah, option C is the correct answer. All right, so that is how it is. Very, very simple. All right, I believe no mistake was done. We didn't make any mistake. All right, should we take it again? Let's take it again. Yeah. So we got this, we differentiate, we said let u be this, we got this and we got this. When we differentiated this, don't forget we assume this plus 1 to be 0. Nothing is there. So when you differentiate this, you have this to multiply through. Right? So 4 times this. Don't forget, so let u be this. So put it here and the power is there 3. So the answer is option C. I believe that is clear enough, right? So, okay, what is the difference between option C and B? Let's check very well. What is the difference now? 2s squared. Okay, you can observe that this one is multiplying this, but is multiplying this, but they use this to multiply this. All right, so option C is the correct answer. Please, the next one is, they said if y equal to this, find the y over the x. Find the y over the x. So how do you go about this? How do you go about this? Now, it is very, very simple. What should I do? I will use this to expand this. All right. So I'll be having, you are not to differentiate yet. Expand. So I'll be using this to multiply this. So I'll say x, open brackets, s squared plus 2x plus 4. Now I'm left what? Minus 2. Then minus 2 open brackets. I'll put this again. S squared plus 2x plus 4. This is what we get, right? So let us expand. This times this I have x cubed plus this time this I have 2s squared plus this time this I have 4x minus 2x squared. Okay, minus times plus I have minus 4x. Minus times minus, that is minus times plus I have minus 8. Isn't that correct? Yes, that is correct. So this is x multiplying everything here, which is x squared plus 2x plus 4. Alright, that's for that. Then minus 2. I'm having this times this. I have this. Then minus times plus. I have minus. Minus times plus. I have what? Minus. So let's continue. Don't forget this one is already is out of the box already. So plus 4 minus 4 is out already. Okay. So I'm having this. I'm having x squared plus 2x squared minus 2x squared, right? Plus 2s squared minus 2s squared, meaning that this and this are out, because plus 2s squared minus 2s squared is out. So I'm left what? Just x cubed. If I differentiate this now, dy over the x, I'll be having 3x raised power 2. This is the final answer. What do we have there? So the option B is the correct answer. Just follow it step by step. You get the answer. All right. So at this point, we'll call it a day. Please, your assignment, you have to solve you have to solve number 3 and drop the answer on the comment section. Thanks for watching this video, and please don't leave not until you subscribe. You understand? So that when I upload new content, YouTube will send you a notification that Dr. Joseph or Mr. Explicit has uploaded the new content. Okay, before I leave you guys for today, let me drop the quotient rule. All right, the quotient rule. The quotient rule. That is the y over the x equal to v do minus u div over v squared. B T D minus D T DTB. Alright, so how do you pronounce this? It is bottom I think it's there's a way this what I think it's BTD or BDT. Okay, this is bottom D. Oh, there's a way it's pronounced, but if I want to pronounce this, we say V do minus U div over D squared. Then all square V. That's all square. All over square. Alright? So there's a word. I'm missing something now. I'm missing this T. I'm missing something. So just know that this formula I've shown you. Alright? In order for we not to cause confusion, I just use V do minus U div over V squared. Alright? But there's a standard way of quoting this, of which I can't remember now. So please take note. What I have here is called quotient rule. If I'm having 4x squared plus maybe 6 over 2x cubed plus 2. Alright, the formula I can use to solve this problem is the quotient rule. Okay, good. I've remembered. BTD minus DTB. This is bottom top D, then D top, that is minus D top bottom. You understand? Bottom top D minus D top bottom all over square. That is statement. I was even surprised that it just left my head. It's bottom TD minus D T bottom. Alright, so take note of that. So at this point, we'll call it a day. If you have learned something in today's video, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Do have a wonderful day.